Another zone captured, we have the advantage. Attention to the map! We're winning. Attention to the map! Defend the A point. Attention to the designated grid zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
User entered your channel.
Oh, hello. How goes it? Is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
No, it's not. You're lying.
Hey, kitty, out of the way.
You're lying to me, Sam. I hear the fear in your voice.
I'm perfectly fine.
I'm just kidding. John just left.
I just haven't felt like on or talking or anything.
Yeah, you don't have to talk when you get on, you know that, right? You do realize that, right? We just like spending time with you. Silver and I were like, damn, if only
Yeah.
Seth was here, he'd love this. And then,
Then I'd get distracted.
I made a friend of mine,
Anyways.
I made a friend of mine that's a veteran like me. And we were playing around with some custom battles. I recorded some of it for you. It was great, and Nordic was with us. And it got real crazy. We had a lot of fun. Like, they brought out, like, different vehicles and ships and stuff, and it got real fun. Yeah, I recorded a little bit of it, so hopefully that helps.
I just decided I wanted to play Rune Factory.
I
I started playing it.
I was actually thinking of playing Rune Factory as well, but then I was like, nah, I got Shipbreaker now and stuff.
Then I couldn't stop playing Rune Factory. And then I still haven't, like, completely beaten it. Mainly because I'm at the stupid challenge stage.
This one dude went to make
I
a
recommend.
critique of Persona 5, and then he forgot the game and went to play it again, and then wound up playing it for like 50 hours. Instead of playing it for a few hours like he wanted.
I, I I got to a certain point in Room Factory 4 where it was just how do I explain it? I started mass producing level up potions. Because of course Room Factory has something called level up potions, which you just drink and you immediately get a level up.
Sounds about right.
That is just, it's made out of the highest level stuff you can get, but you know, the highest level seeds, or
Yeah.
the hardest to grow seeds. It takes like 15 days, no, 30 days to grow. And my second favorite potion, the love potion, it's just like, make people like you by forcing them to drink this. Oh. I mean, I don't have to talk to anyone anymore?
I think
And
I
then
read about
everyone
that.
has unique dialogue. Unique dialogue whenever you give it to them.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Only 3 people in the entire city knows what it is, and they still drink it for you. And it's like, oh, hey, I know what this is. Okay. Wow, you guys are the champions.
Yeah, Silver and Nordic was
The
working on
rest of them go,
Sweden.
yay! The rest of them go, yay, juice! Funny.
I like juice. Wait a minute, I feel funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, my head feels funny now. And some of them are just too stupid for it to even work on. They just go, ha! My head feels clear now. It's like, oh. Really?
Yeah, I've been playing around with a few things, like air sim. I'm messing around tank sim at the moment because it's like 1.7 to 3.7 or something like that. And I'm just flying around as a bomber.
Where'd that go? Oh, look at that. That goes in there.
Were you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because you cut out and I thought I cut out.
Yeah, that's because I haven't switched my internets and don't intend to. Because it's like a pain in the butt for me.
Oh, I figured it was just me
Oh,
because my connection was
away.
getting weird.
Oh, by the way, they changed how the I don't know how recently you played this, but they changed how the barge works.
I played it a couple of days ago. How's it work?
Yeah, then they changed how the barge worked. You know how it used to like snap into grids? Huh?
I'm not sure.
For that? Really? You remember how whenever you sent things into the barge, it kind of snapped into grids?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That- It doesn't do that anymore.
I thought you meant a
It
ship
just
called
falls into the
barge.
barge and it has a force field. It just kind of falls into the barge.
Oh, okay. I almost got killed
So
by the
you don't
processor
ever have to
again.
worry about.
So I grabbed the processor and launched myself out of it. You know, cause
You and that processor are like the best of friends.
yeah, we need to have a talk. Is what we need. So what I did is I grabbed the wall and did a full lunge push. So I pushed myself out. Yeah, I was trying to show the game to a friend of mine because I really like it.
It's relaxing, isn't it?
It's relaxing, but it's also really cool. I've started using music. I found someone else. They made a Girls on the Panzer music mod, and they made a music like you can have it set so it's only music at the nation hangar only at the hangar. So that means there's a music set of music for every nation. So in America, you have the Johnny Rod, what's it called? Johnny Comes Marching Home, and other stuff like in the show. And you got Erica and Panzerlied and stuff, and then you got the Italy, and then Sweden and Russia.
Okay, well, here's your problem. I've never watched Girls on Panzer, so you're just
You're gonna like the music, okay? Let me just put it like that. Because what they did in Girls with
I
Panzer
never
is
had an interest in
they
it.
got an orchestra to come in and play renditions for all of those. When Johnny comes marching home, hurrah, hurrah. It's not voiced, it's just music. I'm dogfighting in a German bomber. Are you proud of me?
I dogfight in a Swedish bomber, okay?
I told Silver and I told Weebly and I told Destroyer how you and I were doing U.S. Air Sim earlier, a while back, and I was circling in a B-25 and we were just shooting dudes down by circling using our gunners. And then they tried. We've been trying Sim out, and they've gotten into Sim. They got addicted to it.
Now, I do remember one time I was in a
I don't
Black
remember what
Widow.
plane you were in. Yeah, you were mainly using the Black Widow, but I was in a B-25 and I was circling, just shooting dudes down, and you were near me doing something.
I
I think you were
used the
dogfighting near me.
no, I don't dogfight in Sim. I consider that to be just a lesson in futility. I consider dogfighting in Sim to be futile for
You were
me,
doing something. Maybe you were
or
doing the
just the
same thing.
deaths in it.
Maybe you were doing the same
I
thing
only
as
bomb.
me. Because I remember we flew B-25s together before. And what I did is I set the B-25 to constantly go in a circle, and I went to the gunner view, and I would just shoot people down that would come after me. Because it was like an
Yeah,
upward circle.
yeah,
Remember,
because I only
we were near the
bomb.
ground.
What? What?
The enemy's getting closer to victory. forces have captured a zone. The enemy is winning.
だそれでいい
Hey. Are you back?
am back.
Hey, welcome back. I got my wing shot off. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you didn't need that dead weight anyways. What's that wing ever done for you?
I'm in tank sim, and I got my wing shot off, but I'm managing to still fly. So you're technically
Look,
right.
what wing ever done for you? Nothing. It's just it's held you down is what it's done.
I refuse.
Let's be honest here. That wing's done nothing but hold you back.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
That's exactly right. I must fulfill my destiny. I was playing in this
Fulfill
one
your
tank sim.
destiny and become a ostrich.
I was flying in this one tank sim battle as Japanese, and I was leaking oil. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh no! Anyways, I almost made it back to the airfield.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
And so I landed on the sand because it was like Tunisia or something. I landed on the sand, and damn, what did I do? Oh, that's right, and I drove back to the airfield. I drove all the way back to the airfield on like 30% power.
Why don't you try to take back off?
Cause my engine was dead.
Yeah, she didn't have.
I didn't have any, cause my engine was like red.
That's
So
never stood anyone before.
I couldn't take off. I didn't have the engine power.
Please, that's just an excuse they tell.
Anyways, it only took like a minute or so. I drove back to the airfield and got repaired.
That's an excuse they only they tell trainees need engines. Jeez. Can't believe if you fall for that superstitious nonsense.
But I couldn't fly. I didn't have the power. What do you want from me?
AI robot creature.
Right now I'm in a Panzer IV F2. Yeah, engines. Who needs those?
Yeah, who needs engines? Who needs wings? You can be a bird. Just flap your wings really hard.
He almost made a rhyme.
Yes. And just flap your wings really, really hard, you, and eventually you'll fly off, and they won't be able to catch you. Right.
Like a real professional.
Yes. I'm certain they won't be able to do anything to you, too. Have you tried out the detonator yet?
The detonator.
Yes.
What's that? Oh, no. I didn't unlock it.
Shut up, you stupid creature. AI.
I didn't.
I am doing God's work here, slicing this stuff in two. Sometimes they do something stupid, though, and
I forgot to unlock it. The demo detonators, right? Okay, that is an American B-34.
You finds the B-17, the Swedish version, of course.
Yeah, we were playing air sim and B-7. We were flying in B-17 formations, like all three and four of us. The other day, and then we did it in air sim.
I'm gonna have to slice this thing up some more, because that's gonna be annoying.
You hear me, Seth?
Because that AI is just gonna say, yeah. I'm just saying something like the AI is just gonna go, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't use detonation charges for that.
And then you say, fuck you.
Here, I say, yeah. Look, if the tethers don't move this thing, if I use 10 tethers to move it, I'm gonna have to slice it in two with det charges.
Yeah,
So,
but here's the funny thing about the frames. 2 days ago, when I was slicing some ships, well, I had like one panel bump up against the frame, and the whole thing threw itself into the processor. It had happened to me twice. First time it crashed the game.
yeah, that seems like a physics issue on your end. I've never had that happen.
Well, when it has to be something else. I mean, you can't make it happen, but if something else is like pushing on the frame, I think it's because it's technically light enough, but they make it so that you can't do it. But if another physics object is pushing up against it, it starts moving.
Tether seems to be enough to move this thing. Barely. It's kind of annoying.
Anyways, it only does it when there's another physics object. So, like, I had to try and stop the whole ship from being processed all at the same time.
What's wrong with the whole ship processing it though? Processing.
Because it's a known problem that whenever you process too much stuff at the same time or furnace, it'll crash the game.
That's for you, not for me. I can process the
I looked it
entire
up.
ship and nothing happens.
I looked it up though. It's a well-known.
I know you looked it up.
Like it's
I know
an
you
actual
looked it up, but I
problem with the
can
game.
I know what you're saying, and what I'm saying is, I have processed the whole ship pretty much and nothing's happened. It may be because my computer can just laugh at it due to resources, but
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's a bug. I'm glad you're able to do it, but almost everyone else can't. Because apparently it's an actual bug with the game, the developers. I was reading things from the developers that that's one of the things they're working on, and they told you don't put things that, you know, it's part of their manual thing for the game, you know, don't put lots of objects into there at the one time. It causes the game to crash. Chop it up into tiny pieces and put it in there piece by
I
piece.
can put the whole. Nah, no, I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I can have as much as I want.
I'm glad. I have a picture of someone putting the whole ship in there that I saved to my hard drive. Anyways, yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with War Thunder. We've been doing B-17 formations and stuff. We've been playing an air sim with B-17 formations. President Jason got on and we did a formation with him and John, and we have a couple of newbies in here.
by the way, about those level options, and they're basically mandatory to start making
What is?
the level up potions.
Oh, in Rune Factory?
Yeah, if you want to complete the maze, at least. Because the final part of the maze, everything's level 1000. And good luck trying to get level 1000 without the, you know.
Yeah.
While I'm certain you would enjoy the challenge, it will still take you years.
I do like
So
a good
level up
challenge,
ocean
but
it
I don't
is.
like a forced slog.
It isn't a forced slog. All you gotta do is get to the level up potions, and then it becomes infinitely easier. And you love infinitely easier, right?
Yeah.
It becomes less of a forced slog and more of a, okay, gotta make some more level up potions. Hooray! I'm level 700 now.
Hooray. Now I can kind of compete.
I know. Well, now I'm at a position where I can at least get the weapons I need. Jeez.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
And it's not even. Yeah, the game. If someone basically said the game like this, sure the game's all about really equipment. You can sort of get away with a few things with
Yeah.
your stuff, but you can't get away with everything. Alright.
That's a good game. It's a pretty good game. Pretty good game. But yeah, I'm queuing up as Germany and Tank Sim. It's like instant battle after instant battle. You know?
Huh?
Are you
Why
proud of
isn't
me?
this coming out? Oh, come on, game, really? There goes a reactor. Come on, where is the reactor at? Oh, oh my god. Before quarters complete, I'm out of here. I don't feel like salvaging the rest of this chunk.
You can do it, Seth. I believe in you. I believe in the you that believes in you that believes in me.
do think it's pretty neat how they, oh, I'll be back.
Okay.
captured most of the strategic zones. attack the A point. The victory is near.
Hey Seth, are you back?
I'm back.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, there's something funny that the game doesn't tell you, but you gotta figure out for yourself. There's this item called Rosary. Ooh, fun sounding name, right?
yep.
What it does is it prevents all enemies from spawning, except for boss enemies.
That sounds crazy.
So what you do is you wear it whenever you enter the maze, and as soon as the maze begins, you just take it off. And it will just be the boss room. The maze won't exist, and it'll just be a boss room.
Really? It
Yep.
just throws out the
Because
maze.
you actually, yeah, it just throws out the maze, and it's just one boss room. And really, this is the only way you can complete the maze, because if you try any other way, you won't be able to complete it in time before the day's over, and
Yeah.
it's and the maze resets every time you enter it. So you only get one shot.
That's crazy. That is
Yeah, they don't,
crazy.
and they don't tell you that.
Yeah.
Fun fact about the rosaries. The rosary. So the rosary is almost a necessity in the game, and then you just take it off. Because once the started, then you just take it off and actually replace it with an actual useful defensive item.
What was the rosary again? I don't remember that well.
You wouldn't have had it because it's like a very end game item. And this is Room Factory 4, not the 3 you're used to. Oh,
Well, I
Room
didn't really
Factory
make it that
5 will
far
be
in
coming.
3, though. I didn't make it that far in 3. I made
Yeah,
it to
I don't know
the
if it was in
monster
3.
people village, though, in 3.
I didn't really play much of 3. I beat it once and I was done.
Yeah.
Just because, how do I explain it? 4 controller.
A Ford controller.
And by control, huh?
Go on.
Yeah, 4 controlled better, and that's why I just stopped playing. I played 3 to beat it, but then that was it. And the reason why I say 4 controls better, it's actually a very nice thing. 4 has a quick, what do you call it? Quick,
Quick switch.
yeah, has quick switch. Where 3 you have to press start, and then you have to go scroll through your inventory to find the item that you want to equip, and then equip it. And I consider that to be a pain in my butt. It may not have been a pain in my butt if I played 3 first, but I played 4 first. Which has, super quick equip.
That's right,
And
I
then it's
remember
just
that.
like, and then you're like, once you get used to something that convenient, and then you're switching back, and you're like, even if the game is good, you're just like, yeah. Because you're constantly have to do that whenever you're planting your seeds. You're just like, okay, I'm out of seeds again.
Yeah.
No, I gotta press start again. Oh, now I need to water everything. I guess I better. That. Oh God. Jesus is horrible now. This final boss used to be such a. This boss of this area used to be so hard, and now it's just like, hey, I've come to kick your butt.
Hey,
Okay.
Seth, did my old phone number end in 73?
I have no idea.
I'm looking at the War Thunder account, and it says I have 2-step, and then there's like this phone number that starts with 762 and ends in 73, and I'm like, Was that my old phone number or something? I don't remember.
Oh, by the way, Nexus had a security breach. So if you
Alright.
used anything with Nexus, that password is someone knows it now.
Yeah. Wait, Nexus or Nexon?
Nexus,
I don't
your
know.
the modding website.
Oh, I used the password I don't use for anything there, so I'll just change it again. I don't even remember my password for it, but I know it was a password I don't use.
Yeah, it's funny because since I had it saved in my Google account, Google was like, "Hey, you know what just happened?" Yeah. Funny story about that. And something else too. I think someone else had one too that I would guide to use. Did you hear what Reddit did recently? Or Reddit
No,
users mainly.
you mean the AI thing?
Games. Yeah, GameStop stocks were plummeting, and they decided to screw over the investors. But everyone just decided, you know what we could do? We could screw over the investors. How could we do that, Jimmy? By buying a ton of stocks in
Nexus mods, right?
GameStop while they're yeah, Nexus mods. So they bought a ton of stocks in GameStop, which of the major stock companies were shorting
I accidentally
against.
clicked log
They
out.
almost ruined like several companies by doing that.
I just screwed myself over because I was already logged into the Nexus mods and I could have just changed the password, but I clicked log out. Now I gotta figure out the password.
You hear me though? You hear
So,
me though?
you said that they bought stocks, right?
Yeah. Well, community users bought stocks in a failing stock, which was GameStop, because we all know GameStop's stock isn't doing so hot to begin with. So they force rose the stock by I think GameStop was for like $2 or $3 a share, and they made it go up to 30. How you like that?
So their
And
stocks were
so they artificially the users artificially rose GameStop stock up by that much, and all the like major investing companies that were shorting stop lost a ton of money. And what they ended up doing was like, hey, they went to the FCC first and like, hey, these guys are doing something, blah 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 blah. They didn't do anything, so they went to the stock brokerage platform that they were using, and then they stopped allowing them to buy GameStop stock,
I don't understand the problem.
which is now uh, uh, a lot of investors were losing their shirts. Companies were losing their shirts, and now the people who were buying GameStop stock are suing the guys who made them stop selling GameStop stock, as they should. I don't see a problem letting them do that. Do you?
No.
Anyway, so they're going after him with an antitrust suit because that is a no-no. What the stock companies did to them.
Well, forcing them to not be able to buy stocks, right?
Yeah, by stopping them from being able to buy stock, and they were like, and the, their excuse is, oh, they're being stupid. They're, the little people are being too stupid, and we had to stop them from losing their money buying a failing stock. And then they're saying, no, we knew it was failing, and we knew you had a bunch of money, whatever, and we wanted to buy it because you guys have screwed us over for years, something like that. You guys have been looking down on us for years, so we decided that it's time to stop that. It's like, how do you explain? How do I explain? Like 5,000, someone offer, someone willingly threw away $100 here, $100 there to inflate GameStop stock to, like, they started, these stock companies went, oh, you want to start a battle? We got more money than you, and they started, like borrowing money, trying to stop the whole thing. Buying more shorts into the market,
Mm-hmm.
make the stock go down
Uh-huh.
because, massive amount of shorting would make the stock look more, go down. But then they went, oh, and then, Reddit went, oh, you want to fight? Or, the people that they were fighting against. Oh, you want to fight? And then they bought, more people joined in. And eventually, the people trying to lower the stock, increase the stock, started winning massively because the stock companies ran out of money to try to stop it.
Really
Anyways,
now.
you can read about it. If you look up GameStop right now, you'll see it. What happened? Honestly, it's just a funny story, and I know a company probably pretty much went bankrupt because of it, but still, come on. They had it coming. And other investors, who weren't involved in all that, were saying, yeah, they shouldn't have stopped that. That was, that was within their right. Stopping people from doing that.
Uh-huh.
Let's see here. What was the eventual stock? Here you go, Q. I think this sums up what happened pretty clearly.
Okay. $193 US. Hell, I can afford that.
Yeah, but look, go to the 1 month and the 6 months graph. Do you see the problem here?
They're gonna buy out GameStop.
Yeah. You see the problem here, Q?
Yeah. Yeah,
The
they're
1
gonna
month
buy out the
graph will show
company.
you. Yeah, the 1 month graph pretty much tells you what happened.
It shot up to over
It went-
triple.
Yeah. And then you can look down in here and it's like, you know, down the top stories, which you just need to know that it's funny.
Jesus. Well, it is true. GameStop screws over people. And they buy out any other business. GameStop screws
you
over
say?
people, their employees, and they buy out every business. I said GameStop
Well,
screws over their
that's
employees, their customers, and businesses nearby.
yeah, but that's not what this was about. That's not what this was about. GameStop. GameStop was irrelevant to the whole problem.
Well, you did say that
They
the
did it
guy
with
said that they were
AMC
tired
as
of being
well.
screwed over.
No, not with GameStop. No, I'm talking about stock brokerages. GameStop was irrelevant. GameStop was only used because it was a very low price stock at the time. See, $18 whenever they kind of started it, and then it ended at $347.
Uh-huh. I seen that.
Yeah, that was because and AMC did this. You know, happened with AMC if you look down in the top stories. So you can kind of see what happened.
Yeah.
The way it's funny. It was just, you know, companies that aren't doing hot right now. And it was the cheapest one, and it was shorted, so they were shorting it. You know what shorting is?
I think so. Oh yeah, they're buying it while it's low.
No, shorting is where you bet against the stock. So if the stock loses money, you gain money for the short.
Oh, because of the
So
person
let's
buying it
say-
loses money. I thought you meant the other guys were shorting it.
Yeah. No, the Reddit guys were buying the stock, and the stock brokerages were shorting the stock.
Yeah, okay.
And this is what happened at the end. The Reddit people won, and then that they were using to, you know, the Reddit people were using, I think it was called Robinhood, to use to buy the stock, stopped letting them buy stock in GameStop.
We have most of the zones.
And now they will only let you get limited stocks in those companies.
Thought I seen something there, and then I got distracted. I started staring at my nose for some reason. I feel like an idiot.
There you go.
I knew someone was probably around that corner, but then I just started staring at my nose.
So that's
This looks like
that
Nordic.
kill.
Looks like Nordic at Dark Souls 3.
Oh, nice.
He wants to be a cool kid, but he didn't realize he was already a cool kid.
There you go, Q. That
12時方向から砲撃を確認
kind of what happened. Anyways, now they're getting antitrusted because you can't do that. Oh, I can't wait. Room Factory 5.
The spike in share price. The spike in share price caused by some investing services and apps, including Robinhood, to restrict the trading of GameStop stock. Robinhood has its reverse course analytical decision and will allow limited buys of shares. Yeah, that's anti-commerce, which is
Yep. You're right.
yeah.
That was stupid. Like,
Those are the kind of things the free market in America and capitalism in America tries to prevent. You know?
yeah, we'll see if it happens. We'll see if it happens. Anyway, so now you know what happened. We're like, yeah, like I said, it had nothing really to do with GameStop. In particular, it was just, you know, GameStop was the perfect, how do you call it, vehicle, because it was so low and cheap to try it with.
Yeah.
And they got a new
Trying to
term
fix
for
my
it.
elbow.
They got a new term for it too. It's called suicide stalking. Suicide stocks.
Really now.
12時方向から砲撃を確
Yeah,
認
suicide investing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna lose money, but I'm gonna make sure I take you down with me. Type investment.
敵車両撃破
Oh yeah, I do plan on losing money, but I'm gonna take you with me.
敵車両撃破
This is not too smart. Does it now? I think it sounds perfectly reasonable. What do you think, you?
Oh yeah.
Perfectly reasonable way of dealing with your problems.
Oh yeah.
They didn't see that coming. Anyone saw that coming.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
装填完了撃て弱点はここだな
Well, I fucked that up. I I was trying to wait for someone to come out the other side of the Tunnel of Love. And I was looking in the wrong spot, thinking it was the end of the Tunnel of Love. And they already came out of the Tunnel of Love and was looking right at me. That was genius of me. That was smart.
What I want to do, what I want is someone to actually start, real, it starts becoming really known as the Tunnel of Love. Like,
We'll get there one day, Seth. We'll get there.
yeah. Someone call it out in the chat and everyone knows where you're going. That kind of thing. It's like, oh, Tunnel of Love. Okay, we'll be there in a second. Oh, that's... a new player shows up. What's the Tunnel of Love? Well, let me tell you a story about my time in the tunnel. It ended like all other times, in a fury of fire and death. Mostly death. Is everyone's time in the tunnel ended death? Most of the time.
The majority of times in the Tunnel of Love, you won't make it out the other end.
Yes. 99% of the time, you won't make it out the other end. Then why does anyone go? Then why do people go in there?
Because it's the Tunnel of Love.
It made sense in our heads to go in there. Yes. It always makes sense to go into the tunnel. Because, well, if someone died in there, that means someone got a kill in there. That someone could be me.
Attention to the map. Need cover.
I mean, it's almost never me, but it could be me this time.
This guy said his pack ping was 99.9. His packet loss is 33. And I said my ping was 70. Packet loss 0. 60 ping. It's true, huh?
Somebody cover me.
Wow, I'm making this thing into an ultimate weapon, aren't I?
That's right. Because you're special ed.
No, I'll just put the rarest item in the game as an upgrade for this.
Are you insane?
Quite possibly, but that's not neither here nor there.
Are you insane?
Alright. I say possibly.
I think someone's shooting flag at me, Seth.
This. Hey kid, wear this. Here, kid, where are these? That's good.
Jesus Christ. That's some hungry
Turns
AA.
out the kid will actually.
What will the kid do?
Spit you out.
Almost.
It.
I saw a shit ton of FAA fire and I just dropped all my bombs on whatever I was trying to aim at and just turned around and hoped for the best. Jesus, like 3 AA trucks shooting at me. It's a good thing I'm in sim though, because I couldn't get a... Well, you can't get away with that in realistic. I survived, by the way.
And then they all turn on their radar. And then they just lock on.
There's no
Yeah,
radar.
even in sim this works, you know.
Yes, it does, but this...
Are you lucky?
There's no radar here though.
Man, wouldn't you just be sad if they all had a radar and they just went click? Oh. That was everything I own. Cause being an AA gun is infinitely easier with radar.
It does help. Just a little bit though.
The only thing that makes it.
So it's
Yeah.
like, what are you talking
Well,
about?
I mean, well, it depends. If they're really good AA guns, you know, AA pilots.
Oh god, I just landed with one landing gear and didn't even realize it.
You know, you're really good with the AA gun, then with any plane is unsafe from the AA gun.
Seth, I
Like, you
just
can at
landed
least
with
knock
one
some
landing
people
gear
out.
and didn't even realize it. I'm like, oh, look
But
at my
at
plane
least you
is
can knock
gone sideways.
You can at least knock some people out by killing the what do you call it? Flying low. You can knock out some AA guns by flying low, because then it's down to their skill, because they're gonna have to turn off radar. Unless they like spinning around in circles because their radar, because that happens.
I've done it to a couple of people apparently. I found out afterwards.
Oh. In matches?
Yeah, there was someone I was fighting while they were using radar, and then like I invited them to talk to me, and they said that happened.
The radar is fun.
But yeah,
It just-
this is like a 3.7, 1 point something to 3.7 tank battle. Tank sim. There's not gonna be any radar. But there's gonna be a lot of guns.
and then Gaijin says, "Oh yeah, Russia had AA guns at this time," and then Russia gets AA guns
They do have AA guns.
in 3.7 matches. I mean, radar AA guns.
Oh god, no. But
then that would confirm Russian bias to Q.
remember when I
all
was
Russian,
remember when we were playing
all
tank sim that
Russian,
one time and I was dive bombing in a B-17 cutting grass with it? You can't do that in realistic.
I
You'd
got
be
shot
shot
down
down
for that.
instantly. I got shot down once because I accidentally crashed, but the other time I didn't. But yeah, I've been doing that a lot.
Thunderbolt. Hey, Thunderbolt. Can do 10,000 damage to you because reasons.
I thought that was an ally.
And actually, like special edition or in factory for. You know what it is? I can use the controller instead of using the 3DS. Makes life so much nicer.
Yeah.
The only negative is the 2D sprites they used in this game are very apparent.
They stick out a little, right?
Yeah. Mainly because I'm using my 4K monitor, which isn't helping it's 2D sprite thing. For some sprites. Other things are 3D, just not very well textured.
2D sprites kind of did that in the past too.
It didn't scale well. Either way, it was just can't be that bad. They did add some.
Ironically, that guy was driving a Comrail and was called the Blitzkrieg.
Oh, but this. If I stay here.
Yeah, that guy was bitching that the Sherman would get altered by tracks. But yeah, I just got shot through the road wheel into the corner of the underbelly of the tank. Yeah, I was using a Sherman.
I just remembered something. I remember something that you would find hilarious.
What's that?
I've been watching just a random person playing a bunch of games, and he was playing Crash Bandicoot, and I remembered something they did. In the remastered versions of the Crash Bandicoot, there's a spot in the old Crash Bandicoots with the old one, a spot where you could hide, and this boss couldn't hurt you. Well, if you stand there now, it's in an arena. The crowd starts throwing cheese at you.
Because you're cheesing it?
Yeah. It doesn't change anything. They just start throwing cheese at you and start booing you. If you stand there. They didn't change the spot. It's just now if you stand there.
There was this video on YouTube about Doom Eternal that I found. It was kind of critical, but it was more of a I want the game to be better kind of way, like a healthy way. And come to find out, the reason why the game doesn't give you hardly any ammo and stuff is because the game developers of Doom looked at this speedrunner that would literally take like he had specific shots he would take for each creature. So it'd be like pew, pew, and it'd be dead or whatever. And then they'd be like, we want our game to be like that. And so that's part of why Doom Eternal's gameplay is so narrow and forceful. It forces you to play with like little to no ammo to try and force you to play like that guy that did the speedrun. And I was like, oh, okay, but that still sucks. You know?
Yes, I never really cared for Doom. I know you care for it, but I just
I played the
never grew
original.
up with it, never played it.
I didn't really play it that
Yeah,
lot
see?
growing up, to be honest. It used to scare me. I used to be scared, but I only got to play it whenever I'd visit my uncle. I never actually had a computer. I had one that I built, but I didn't actually have a game on it. So I played around with strategies and Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff. Or whatever. But the Doom, I'm talking about the Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. That's what I'm referring to. That's the Doom I'm talking about. I don't really play. I beat original Doom much later on. And Doom 2. But I like playing with the mods and stuff people made for the original Doom. You know what I'm saying? So like Brutal Doom and stuff, where they have like their own maps and stuff on there. You know what I mean? And I like playing with that stuff. I don't really go back and play the original Doom. I'd rather play like the stuff, those fan-made games from the Doom stuff that you can play. You know what I mean? That's what I like to do. And I just said that too many times. I'm sorry, Seth. Forgive me, please. Okay. Can you forgive me? So, are you going to bed now?
Getting close to it. Oh, scroll plus. What was that do?
Yeah, I've been tired all day, but I'm just having a hard time relaxing enough. I might try to play Shipbreaker or
It
something.
is relaxing.
Or Succubus Affection. They made the wings of the planes shift depending on what you're doing with the plane. Like if you're pulling up or down or turning, or how fast you're going.
Man, all your stuff makes them so much powerful. Shall I let the dragon die? Yeah, I guess it's time. Heck, chill. Get a bit longer.
Follow me.
What are you doing right now, Seth? Scheming. You're violating the law.
12時方向から砲撃を確認
Are you violating the law?
Just think.
I've heard someone say that the Skyrim's police and system was really great, and I'm like, what? You mean to tell me a chicken seeing me pick a lock and running to get the police sure is great?
You don't know. They could have enchanted that shit with the soul gem.
You mean
That could be an
anything?
enchanted.
Animals, anything can report you.
Hey, I mean, the chicken's most sentient, Q. But you know how come? Because the guards immediately try to kill you if you try to kill a chicken. If you try to kill the chicken, so the chicken must have a value over your own life. He's trying to come up with an argument.
In Elder Scrolls 2, you can try to argue your case or plead guilty. They would take you to court to speak for yourself. This guy, I just destroyed this British tank killed my driver, and then I took him out in one shot from the front, and he's like, that hurts. I'm like, what, that I wasn't paying attention? He said that I don't have any gunpowder in my shell. I said, oh, you mean explosive, and you just need to aim a little better, that's all. I said, just try to kill my gunner first. He's like, oh, okay.
Giving the advice to the enemy first. Next step. Seconds later, Q's gunner is killed, and then he shows up again to shoot him. Did I do it right this time?
I didn't tell him which side was my gunner now. I didn't. The gunner for me is opposite of the Allies, where they put their gunner. But the British use solid shot. A lot of British tanks use solid shot.
I learned something funny about the U-boat classification. You know what it is?
What's that?
Germany was really, especially in World War I, they were not good with their classifications, with their U-boats. Like, it was entirely possible in World War II to sink a U-boat number and then 3 days later be sunk by the same number, because both were operating in the same area and they had the same hull number.
Wait, say that again? The hull number?
So you could, or same number, like, you know, designation number in the same area. So let's say you were operating in the Mediterranean and you sunk U-boat 95.
There's a lot of pumas in this
And a few
battle.
days, and then a few days later, you were sunk by U-boat 95 because there were 2 U-boat 95s in the area.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
U-95s in the area. Now, tell me how smart that is, and confusing that must be for people who are trying to find the fates of all the U-boats. Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too confusing. It's almost man. The Kriegsmarine really got the shit, didn't they? They really got shit on.
Yeah, this was during World War One.
そうだそれでいい
They found about I think they
装
said
填完
about
了
90% of the U-boat wrecks.
U-boat wrecks.
Yeah. I think from World War One X, they found at least 90 or 85%. Somewhere in that area. U-boat were tricky though. They had a smoke generator and a oil slit creator on them in World
Yeah.
War One. So you know you shoot at one and then they can make it look like they started smoking and then they can leave a little oil slit. It's like, ooh. And you're just sitting there. Do we kill it? I don't know.
そうだそれでいい
Yeah, so they would make an oil slick. What in the water?
Yeah.
What purpose? Does it just set on fire?
No, now they just U-boat while it's underwater
Oh,
you know, to make it look like
a
it's sunk,
disguise. Yeah, okay, I get it.
yeah, it jettisoned a bunch of water.
You know, there was a Star Trek episode,
I mean,
Balance
oil.
of Terror. It was like a submarine fight. You know, the Enterprise was shooting in the air like depth charges, and then the Romulan warbird ejected some bodies and stuff to make it look like try to make it look like they were destroyed. Do you remember that?
Because I didn't watch it properly. Hey,
You told me you watched them all.
oh, I don't know.
I used to have that on VHS. I thought it was cool. But I never finished the original series.
Capture the fake Ventus with just a capture. Hello, Dragon. Oh, and for almost infinite money in this game, there's a thing you can create called golden juice, and how its name suggests, it sells for a astronomical amount of money. Sell for like $1.6 mil each.
12時方向から砲撃を確認
Think about that.
まずいな
1.6.
Yeah.
What was it
I
again?
can make it. It's called golden juice.
Oh, I heard a message from
That being
Derek. He's
said,
been playing RuneScape.
Yeah. I went on RuneScape and said hi.
Oh, okay. Didn't do much because I had to leave pretty soon after that, but I did say hi. Unlike someone I know. What's that, me? Well, I thought about getting on, but I thought about getting on with them.
He wasn't doing anything.
I mean, I'd play with you. I did install it on Steam, didn't I? This guy behind this rock. I wonder if he thinks I can't hear him or something. Whoops.
まずいな12時方向から砲撃を確認
I was fighting the Sherman and accidentally turned and gave him a flat angle. So I got shot. Are you proud of me, Seth?
Yes, I don't know. Did you make sure to smile when you did that?
Of course. I aim to please.
I think, yeah, you did good. Did you smile and wave?
Yes, I did.
Attention to the map. Affirmative. Need cover!
まずいな
Need
装填完了。12時方向から砲撃を確認。
Seth, you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to get off. I'm getting tired. Alright, I'm getting off. See ya.
Have a good night, Seth.
User disconnected from your channel.
装填完了。12時方向から砲撃を確認。
Man, the only reason why he stayed alive is my fault. I messed up and hit the wrong key. Yep. That's it for tonight. Oh man, I completely screwed up that angle. I just wasn't thinking and tried to move and hit the key and started turning, and I meant to go. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go into my aim